Subira is a new film. It's shot in the island of Lamu. It takes a look at the lives of girls and young women. So this is very relevant to what we're speaking about on the show today as we lead up to International Women's Day. The film was written and directed by Ravneet Chadha. She's also known as Sippy. So I like the name Sippy. It's a lot simpler. Since its release, it's won a host of awards at the Cannes Film Festival. Would you believe it, Nina?
Wow.
Yes.
How come no one really knows about these films?
That is the strange thing. It's also won awards at the Zanzibar Film Festival, and this weekend it's one of the top entries at the FESPACO Film Festival in Burkina Faso. So I spoke to the film director and producer Ravneet just shortly before she left for Burkina Faso.
I'm Ravneet Sippy Chadha, and as you said, I'm the writer, director and co-producer of the short film Subira.
Tell us about this movie, because I've looked at several reviews of it. One of the critics of movies here in Nairobi, Ogova Ondego, called it the most successful film in the history of Kenyan cinema.
Yeah, I have to say it's been very overwhelming, this whole journey with Subira, because I'm fairly new to cinema and I'm still learning the craft. But I think it was written from a very deep place. It was my own story of growing up in an Eastern culture and the pressures of society, so conforming you to make you feel safe and secure, because the boundaries are very defined, but at the same time it was suffocating, because before you know it, your entire life is laid out before you and all your potential and uniqueness is just crushed under that, under the whole canopy. So for me it was a big struggle to get there and create my own freedom. And I think through filming, that's exactly what I'm doing, creating my own freedom and living my dream through the art of filming.
What does Subira teach us?
The word Subira actually means patience. It's something that in my own life I have had to work with a lot. But I think Subira is a woman who's a little girl who's the next door girl next door. She's not an exceptional case, but she doesn't give up very easily. She's persistent and she wants to live her dream, a simple dream of jumping into the ocean and defying rules and going against the grain. So Subira is about each one of us really living our dream, not giving up, and listening to the voice within you, because that's the instinct, that's the divine, if you may call it, and that is where the truth is really. So if I quieten myself and listen from that place versus listening to society whose rules may be coming from a mind held in fear, I can go and expand and be inspiring to others as I grow,
From what I understand, this is not something you've always done, but this is something you've always wanted to do.
Yeah, not even always wanting to do actually. I grew up in an Indian family, so of course and in a business family, a Sikh business family, and the expectations were always to go towards business. Like I am born to a very liberal family, so to speak, but it wasn't all that different from other families. So I went and I studied psychology in my BA, and then I did business studies from Canada, and when I got married to my husband in Nairobi, I was in financial services, after I'd had the two kids. And then when I turned 40 about 4 years ago, I just felt within there was a lot of hustle, tussle, and I was not happy with what I was doing. The money that came in didn't matter to me whether it came in or not, and then I had to address what was going on within. And I talked to my sister in India, and she just said that I had so much more to tell the world and express myself, and I should look at writing. When I was writing Subira, it wasn't it. It had to be more. It had to be more explosive, And when I filmed it, I saw it on the screen. It just did everything for me, and I just knew that I'd arrived as a filmmaker,
Did you ever think this film would turn out to be as big as it has? Because you've won awards from Cannes to the Zanzibar International Film Festival, and now, as I'm speaking to you, you're headed to Burkina Faso.
It's true. No, not in my wildest dreams did I think that the film would win any award, and each time it wins an award, I feel I'm sure they've given